Hi, welcome to the second video in our Python introduction series. In the last video we set up and installed Python. In this video we're going to learn how to write some basic Python programs. So we should all recognize this diagram from computer science, and we should be able to fill in the gaps here. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to think about that. Okay, and this is what we should have. We should have input, processing and output. And down at the bottom there we should also have secondary storage. And we should know by now that all computers have these stages. They all have input, output, processing and storage. Today we're going to learn how to do the middle three boxes, the input, the processing and the output in Python. Okay, so when I start PyCharm you can see that I have my project from last time. I'm actually going to get rid of that and I'm going to make a new project. So I'm going to go File, New Project, and I'm going to give this one a decent name. I'm going to call this Learning Python. And again, I'm only typing in the location, the name there. I'm not changing any other options. Create. And I want to create the new project in this window. Again, we give it a few moments just to do its thing. And as before, I need to make a new file. So File, New Python file. And I'm going to call this video 1. Because it's the first video. So what I would recommend that you do is for every task in the videos you make a new Python file, but you keep everything under the same project. So from now on you don't make new projects, only new files. So in our last video we had a program which looked a little bit like this. Print hello, and that simply printed hello. In this video we're going to change it to make it a little bit more personal. Now we could put a personalized greeting here like hello computer science nerd. But the problem with that is that not everyone is called computer science nerds. Some people are called Bob, some people are called Alice, some people are called different names. And obviously there's not much point in our program if we have to change the program every time we run it to reflect the person's name. So what we want to do is to get the person to input their name, and then we're going to print that personalized greeting to them. So to do that, I'm going to leave that back at hello. I'm going to insert a new line above this, and I'm going to type in a new command, input, and then a message here. Please enter your name. And that message is in quotes. Okay, what that's going to do, when we run this line of code, it will put a prompt on the screen and it will ask the user to enter their name. And we need to store that name that they enter somewhere. So I'm going to go here on the left hand side and I'm going to put name equals. Name equals input, please enter your name. So now whatever the user enters at this prompt here will get stored in this variable here called name. You might be used to variables from maths. You might be used to things like x and y. We can call this anything we want. We can call it x if we want to. We can call it elephant if we want to. We can call it anything we want, but it's best to be descriptive, and in this case it stores somebody's name, so we're going to call it name. Okay, let's watch what happens when we run this program. So run, then run. Choose my program here, so video 1. Okay, now I've got this prompt here, please enter your name, and if I click here and type in CS nerd, press enter. Okay, so we've made some progress. It's asked us for our name, but it's still just printing hello. And so what I want to happen is that I want the contents of this variable here, name, to be printed out. Now I could do this, hello name, like that. Let's watch what happens when we do that. So down here I can just run the program again. Please enter your name. And it says hello name, literally name, the word name, N-A-M-E. And the reason for that is because the name here is in quotes. Anything which is in quotes will get printed directly. So what I need to do is take this name outside of the quotes, and the easiest way to do that, at least at first, is to make a new print line here and to put hello name like that. Okay, so my hello has quotes because I want to print hello. My name doesn't have quotes because I don't want to print the word name, I want to print the contents of the variable name. Let's try that again. Please enter your name. Hello, CS Nerd. It's working. Perfect. And if we run the program again and try a different name, please enter your name. Alice. Hello, Alice. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've got. We've got an input command here which gets some input from the keyboard. We've got a variable here called name. We've got one output statement here which prints out this string hello. And we've got one output statement here which prints out the variable name. And name is just a name for my variable. I can call it anything I want, like I said. If I want to call it X, Y, and Z, I can do that, and I can change this command to X, Y, and Z as well. And when I run the program, the result is exactly the same. But we should call things sensible names. So in this case, we'll call it name. Okay, so that program works quite nicely. What if I wanted hello and Alice to be on the same line? Well, there's a few ways to do that, but if I go back to line 2 and line 3, I need to combine this hello and this name together. So the way I do that, I put name here after the quote, and I need a plus sign in there. So I'm going to print the name hello, and to the end of that I'm going to also print out the name variable. And that means I can get rid of this last line here. Let's run this program to make sure it's working. Please enter your name, Bob. Hello, Bob. And you can see actually there it has put Bob and hello all together because I haven't printed out a space. So if I go back to my code, I can put a space after the O and before the quote, and that will get us a space there that we need. Hello, Alice, it has a space. Okay, so I'm going to put some Python exercises on the screen for you to try. You should pause the video now, have a go at these exercises, and when you think you've completed them, you can skip forward 5 seconds. Remember when you do these exercises to make a new Python file for each one, but keep the same project. Okay, so since this is the first video, I'm going to give you a quick solution to those two tasks. For the first task, we need to input 2 names and 2 ages. So we need 2 input commands. Input, please enter the first person's name. And I need to store that somewhere. I'm going to call this one here first name. Okay. I can't have spaces in my variable names, so I'm going to use an underscore there instead of a space. Then I'm going to ask for the first person's age. So first age is equal to inputs. Oops. Please enter your age. And then I'm going to ask basically for the second person's name and age in the same way. So second name equals inputs. Please enter the second person's name. Second age equals inputs. Please enter your age. Okay, so I've got 4 input commands there. Those of you who know a little bit more about Python might be wondering why I've done the numbers input like this. We'll look at inputting numbers in more detail in the next video. Okay, once I've got those, I want to print out some kind of greeting. So I'm going to put here print hello space first name. And then on the next line, I'm going to print I see that you are first age. Now I could combine those 2 lines. I've done them separately here. For the second person's details, I'm going to do them all on one line to show you that the results are the same. hello, second name, and I'm putting a full stop there to go after the name. I see that you are second age. Okay, so we're going to go and run that program now. Now I haven't run this program before, so I can't just go down to the bottom and click the green arrow, because that just reruns the existing program. The first time you run a program, you need to go to Run, and then you can either choose it directly from the list, or if it's not there, go to Run and choose it from the list here. Run video 1 names ages, that's the tab I've got open. Enter the first person's name, Bob, and Bob is going to be 25. Enter the second person's name, Alice, and Alice is going to be 24. Okay, and you can see my output down here. Hello Bob, I see that you're 25, that's correct, that's the right details. Hello Alice, I see that you are 24. So you can see whether I did the output on 2 lines with the 2 print lines for Bob or the 1 print line for Alice. It worked essentially the same way. Okay, and for the second exercise we need to have 2 names input and they need to greet each other. So, pretty standard stuff by now. First name equals inputs. Please enter the first person's name. Second name equals inputs. Please enter the second person's name. And now we need to do some kind of print to greet these people. So print hello first name. This is second name. So it's my first greeting. So if I did Bob and Alice, that would say hello Bob, this is Alice. And then I'm going to make a separate line. Hello second name. This is first name. And to make things a little bit neater, I'm going to put a comma there. And I'm going to put a comma there as well. Okay, so let's run this program and see how that works. Greetings. Enter the first person's name, Bob. Enter second person's name, Alice. Hello Bob, this is Alice. Hello Alice, this is Bob. Okay, so those are some fairly basic programs, but obviously we need to know the basics before we can write more complex programs. In the next video we're going to be looking at different types of data like text and numbers, and we're going to be learning how to do maths in Python as well.